Hello everyone, my name is Professor Eric Skiles. I am a professor of theater and humanities at Lone Star College-Kingwood, and I am here doing a brief video on how to navigate your D2L course, Humanities 1301, that I teach. I'm going to start by opening a browser on my computer. I suggest taking this class on a computer or a laptop, not a tablet or a phone, because of the way the course is formatted. In my address bar, I'm going to type in d2l.lonestar.edu, which of course my browser remembers, and then it will take me directly into D2L. This is a bit quicker than all the clicks logging into my Lone Star. You, of course, the first time will need to enter your username and password, which would be your Lone Star email and the password you've established. My browser remembers my credentials and automatically logs me in. I call this the D2L homepage. This shows a tile of every class that I am responsible for. Your page will show you all of your classes as individual tiles. In this case, we're going to click on the tile for Spring 2026 Humanities class, and it's going to take us to the course homepage. At this point, I am going to switch over to Student View, which I have the ability to do as instructor, so I can show you a more accurate portrayal of what you see. On the left-hand side are announcements. These will come and go throughout the course, basically telling you what is open, available, or critical for that moment. On the right-hand side is a link to Microsoft Teams. This is brand new this semester. We will not be using that. Then you have work to do that is showing you all the way from the 19th through February 1st. Updates about critical things, and they are hyperlinked, and the calendar. Across the top of the page, you see course materials. This is a link to any textbook that this class has assigned. If we click it, it will open up another window, and it will slowly load. And right now it is saying the course material is not available, and that is because the course has not officially started yet. And then there is also the information about the STAR bundle, which I will speak to in a moment. Then there is the syllabus. This is new for Lone Star. Everyone is utilizing it this spring semester. It is also rather slow to load today. So while it is loading, I will also say there is content, grades, activities, and collaboration. All right, so here is the new place for the syllabus. It makes all the syllabus of Lone Star look very similar. And there is also a left-hand table of contents that is clickable. Please know that the course schedule is always at the very bottom, and that is pretty critical for you staying on top of things. There's also information on course policies, grades. Content is going to be where the main body of the information of the course is located. At this point, I am going to leave the test student area and go back to my instructor view so I can show you all of the information. I do have a folder called D2L Help, but for this class you are going to start here on the 20th and try to complete this information in the first week of class. So, you will see there are 14 pages to visit inside this folder called Start Here. We do a welcome to the course, information about how the course works. Anything with this black background and royal blue background is going to be the page that I created. Then there is a link to the Navigating the Course video, which you are watching right now. Information on your textbook. You are allowed to get the textbook yourself or use STAR Bundle. takes us to Star Bundle. So the next page is a hyperlink to information on the Star Bundle, which started in the fall. You simply need to decide whether you're going to use the Star Bundle this semester or not. I'm going to click Next, so that here is information on how to opt out of Star Bundle if you choose to do so. You are automatically opted in. That's the English instructions, the Spanish instructions. Here's information on me as a professor, and then a chance for you to provide me some emergency contact information. This is an embedded Google form. Select Humanities, hit Next. You're going to provide me your name, your cell phone number, which I will only use in case of emergency, and perhaps an email that you would check more often than your mylonestar.edu email. Once again, this is simply emergency contact information if we have weather or closures and I need to get in touch with you quickly. Next is a chance for you to tell us about yourself. You're going to click the Start a New Thread button and write something about yourself, whatever you would like us to know. Please include a picture or two so that we know what you look like. If you are uncomfortable including a picture of yourself, feel free to include pictures of your interests, your hobbies, your travel, or your pets. Here is the link to the syllabus. Once again, you can link to it directly when we're in student mode. That link will be up here. And here is another link to that syllabus. Here is a new respect clause. It was approved late in the semester, last semester, and may not appear in your syllabus. So we were asked to include it separately. This is a campus-wide respect clause. Then the syllabus quiz. You have unlimited tries, no time limit. D2L will not actually let me create an unlimited quiz, so it's set for 4 hours. You will not need that much time. Once you complete it and you get a grade, go back and see what you missed and take the quiz again until you get the perfect score. Every lesson has a Getting Ahead page reminding you of what is coming next. In this case, Lesson 1, Chapter 1, Beginnings of Civilization. Lesson 1, Chapter 1, Beginnings of Civilization. Lesson 1, Chapter 1, Beginnings of Civilization, and you can start reading Chapter 1. And then every lesson concludes with a checklist. Ask yourself each of these questions, and if you can answer yes to each of them, you are complete for that lesson. As we go back to content, and I scroll down the left-hand menu, you notice that Lesson 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11 all have 11 pages. They are all organized exactly the same way. You have a welcome stating the objectives for the lesson. Clicking Next takes you to readings. And if you don't have your textbook, I have linked in Chapter 1 here so that you don't fall behind in the course. Most of you will automatically be enrolled in Star Bundle, so you will have the electronic textbook on the first day of class. Remember, if you choose to opt out of Star Bundle, you will need to buy the textbook at another location. However, it may be cheaper at another location than it is through Star Bundle. The third page is links on the internet that relate to the subject matter in the textbook. You can click on any of these. It will open a new window. You can look at that information, close out the window, and you are right back where you were in the course. There will be a quiz question on one of these links. It will be a very general information question. Next will be videos to explore. These are videos that further explain and expand the textbook information. watch the videos, and once again, there will be a quiz question, a very general quiz question on a video from each lesson. Then we come to the assignment. One of my goals for this lesson is to create audio instructions for each assignment. So hopefully you will see up in this area audio instructions. In this case, you're asked to watch this video, only the first 10 minutes, and then complete the assignment. Every assignment has a template, 2 versions, one for PC and one for Mac. When you click on the template, it will download, and then you open it up, and then you put your name and date and fill in each part completely. Check your instructions carefully. And once you have completed all of it, I suggest saving it with a different name so that when you come back into D2L, you can upload your completed template to me and your assignment is completed. After the assignment comes the discussion topics. You have some instructions, then you have the prompt, and below the button to start the thread. You must post first your own thoughts and ideas. Once you successfully post your thoughts and ideas, you will see everyone else's posts, and to get full credit for one discussion topic, you must post and respond to another class member. There are 3 discussion topics per lesson. You are required to complete 2 out of 3 for every lesson. You can complete the 3rd if you would like to. You do not receive extra credit for that. And then finally, the lesson culminates with a quiz. This is information from the textbook. You have 1 chance, 60-minute time limit, and these are the types of questions that you will encounter. Once again, every lesson concludes with a Getting Ahead page. What comes next? In this case, Lesson 2, Chapter 2, The Rise of Greece. You are always welcome to read ahead in your textbook. And finally, the lesson checklist. Read every single one of these questions. If you can answer all the questions yes, then you have completed all the required work for that lesson. As we go back to content, we do have the cultural event reviews. You are required to go somewhere and observe a cultural event twice during the summer. Twice during the semester. You will not see this one listed for summer. I must scroll down and you will see fall and spring, number 1, and number 2, fall and spring. Once again, you are going to choose an event. This could be a musical concert, a museum visit, a theater show, going to an art gallery, going to the rodeo and seeing a concert, going to a fair, going to an event downtown on Discovery Green, going to a sporting event. All of these things are cultural events that are part of how we live our lives. If you have a question whether an event is approved, please send me an email. You're going to choose the event and buy your ticket. You're going to download the template and read all the questions. When you go, you're going to take a photo of your ticket and yourself at the venue. You're going to enjoy the event, and then you're going to complete the template and submit it. Once again, you've got a link. It will download. I will open it up. Here's your name and your date. Here's where you put your photos and videos, a brief informational paragraph about where you went, when it happened, where it was located, and then using 4 or 5 sentences, answer every single one of these 8 questions with rich college-level reading and writing. Save it under a unique name and submit that to me. Due dates are in the syllabus. At the very end of the course, you see a research project where you will be assigned a country and you get to pick a visual artist from that country to research. Once again, it will have a template to download to fill out and complete. Here is the link to the assigned countries. Scrolling back down, there is a chance for extra credit at the end of the course, the final exam review for the course, and the final exam. So, I believe the course is well organized and runs in a logical fashion. Remember that every lesson opens Monday morning at 1 a.m. and lasts until Friday night at 11:55 p.m. Make sure you complete all the necessary pieces during that time. If you have any other questions, just send me an email. Let's have a great semester.